Guillemets, also called angle quotes, Latin quotation marks, or French quotation marks, are polylines pointed like arrows, sometimes forming a complementary set of punctuation marks used as a form of quotation mark. The symbol at either end, double and or single and, is a guillemette. They are used in a number of languages to indicate speech. They resemble the symbols for lesser than, greater than, as well as rewind and fast forward on various media players, such as VCRs, DVD players, and MP3 players. Etymology. The word is a diminutive of the French name Guillaume, after the French printer and punch cutter Guillaume le Acute. Some languages derive the word for guillemets analogously. The Irish term is liamog, from Liam, William, and a diminutive suffix. Uses. Guillemets are used pointing outwards to indicate speech in these languages and regions: Albanian, Arabic, Armenian, Belarusian, Breton, Bulgarian, Catalan, Chinese, Estonian, Franco-Provençal, French, except in Switzerland, Galician, Greek, Italian, North Korean, Norwegian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian only to indicate a quotation within a quotation, Russian, and some languages of the former Soviet Union using Cyrillic script, Spanish, Swiss languages, Turkish, Ukrainian, Vietnamese. Guillemets are used pointing inwards to indicate speech in these languages: Croatian, Czech, Danish, German, Hungarian, Polish, Serbian, Slovak, Slovene, Swedish. Guillemets are used pointing right to indicate speech in these languages: Finnish, Swedish. Direction. A guillemette is sometimes used to indicate direction, for example, fast forward button on a media player, or fast rewind indicated by the complementary guillemette. A chevron on road signage to show road direction, or multiple chevrons pointing in the same direction for emphasis. As an alternative to an ellipsis in a document, for example to indicate additional content. The guillemette is balanced in the spine height of the line for most fonts, so it is more visible than an ellipsis. Guillemets in computing, navigation buttons in user interfaces. Guillemets are often used on buttons that enable forward and backward navigation across a set of items. Often a guillemette signifies navigation to the first to last item in a list, while a corresponding single angle signifies navigation to the previous or next item. Typing, and on computers with a US International Keyboard and corresponding layout, Alt-GR+ can also be used. The characters are standard on French Canadian keyboards and some others. Macintosh users can type as Opt+ and as Opt+ Shift+. In French language keyboard layouts, Opt+7 and Opt+ Shift+7 can be used. On Norwegian keyboards, Opt+ Shift+V4 and Opt+ Shift+B4 can be used. For users of Unix-like operating systems running the X Window system, creation of the guillemette depends on a number of factors, including the keyboard layout that is in effect. For example, with US International Keyboard layout selected, a user would type Alt-GR+4. On some configurations they can be written by typing as Alt-GR+Z and as Alt-GR+X. With the Compose key, press Compose plus and LT, and Compose plus and GT. Additionally, with the IBIS input method framework enabled, users may enter these characters into those applications that accept it by using Ctrl+Shift+U followed by the Unicode code points, either AB or BB, respectively. In Microsoft Office applications, typing the US quotation mark will produce either a left guillemette or right guillemette based on the spacing. Encoding. Despite the names, the characters are mirrored when used in right-to-left contexts. Double guillemets are present also in several of ISO 8859 code pages on the same code points. UML guillemets are used in unified modeling language to indicate a stereotype of a standard element. Gmail offers an orange guillemette as an optional star that can be applied to messages. Gmail also uses single and double angles to denote messages sent directly to the recipient, although it calls them arrows rather than guillemets. Mail merge. Microsoft Word uses guillemets when creating mail merges. Microsoft use these punctuation marks to denote a mail merge field, such as title, address block, or greeting line. Then on the final printout, the Guillemette marked tags are replaced by the corresponding data outlined for that field by the user. Guillemette versus Guillemot. In Adobe Systems font software, its file format specifications, and in all fonts derived from these that contain the characters, the word is incorrectly spelled Guillemot in the names of the two glyphs, Guillemot left and Guillemot right. Adobe acknowledges the error. Likewise, X11 mistakenly calls them XK_Guillemot left and XK_Guillemot right in the file key sumdef. H.